Hello guys, so today we're going to be talking about the GTX 550 Ti by MSI. It was released in March 15, 2011. It's a little bit before I got into the game, but I picked this one up on eBay for, I think it was probably like $10 a card, so I got a pretty good, decent deal on it, I'd say. Overall, I just have a few benchmarks to show you guys, but we're going to get right into them. Alright, so here we have our pass mark score of 1612, a little better than the other cards we have just recently reviewed. Then we have our Heaven bench. We got an average of 45.8 for that card, so that was pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to be testing Call of Duty Black Ops, just making sure everything runs properly. It's not a very hard game to run, but it's one of the ones that I would constantly go back to just because I enjoyed it so much. I would say it's definitely one of my favorite games. Here we are. We're just changing the settings. We want it 1920 by 1080. We're setting the refresh rate. This is an older game. The card is newer than the game, and it is a TI model, so I'm gonna assume that it would probably do much better than the GTX 650, which sounds odd because 550, 650. It just I don't ask questions with this one. It just doesn't make much sense, but it's just how they did it. The 550 was overall better than the 650. The last video I made, the audio was like crazy loud. You can only hear the shots and everything going on, so I wanted to lower everything down. Alright, here we go. As you can see, it's like fairly good running, so I'm just going to speed it up from right here. Alright, so it works so well. Now we're going to be upping the graphics up. I think we're just going to go with extra or ultra. Of course, it's always good to have your field of view up. If you have that better field of view, you definitely have a better chance of spotting the other person a little faster. In this case, we're just spotting another computer, so it don't really matter, but there we go. Just a perfect running game. 560, the 550 Ti, I should say, runs this perfectly. It's only got a gigabyte of RAM too, so that's solid. Solid card overall for this game. Not for every game, definitely not, but for this one, it's a good win. All right, so our next benchmark, we're gonna be playing Wreckfest. Try out the oval track. So far, the FPS is not looking too great, so we'll see how it goes though. With the racing games, usually the FPS is really high. You really need that, but it's like more normalized for FPS to be high. Not that every card will play it good, but this is one of the nicer looking racing games that I've seen. Although a lot of them do look nice, so it's kind of they're all a lot of them are up there. Yeah, I noticed that it was running a little too slow right off the bat. So I'd put it down to low quality. I figured out I didn't know how to drive. There we go. We're on the road. You see, we're dropping down up to 19. Sitting at 25. Around the bends, we're getting like 33. So this is it at its lowest quality. I believe we're just gonna do one more tweak right here just to check. Okay, so we're gonna go down to 768, and let's see. I'm actually leaving that on. Sharpening we're taking down. Bloom we're taking down. And it froze. So yeah, just froze. So that was my attempt at benchmarking the card. It's a decent card, but you know, it is an older card. It's missing a few things. I had some difficulty recording and screen capturing with it due to the encoder issues. I don't think it has an encoder. So there was an issue with that. I used the old Screencast-O-Matic to get some of the videos. This way I could bring it over. Um, it did okay in 3D Mark. Um, let's see, it did alright in Heaven Bench, but it was pretty much to be expected. I mean, it is a fairly newer card compared to the other cards I have. Some of them are 2008, 2007. I'm pretty sure there's probably a 2005 in that large collection. But yeah, overall it played pretty decent. It got a 1612 score, 3D Mark, and 2D. Figured I'd start doing 2D because I clicked on it. It was 605. I'm gonna be using user benchmark as well from now on, just to get more closer results. Maybe be able to tell you a little bit more about the card. But yeah, for like $20, I mean, if you just need a card to just play a little something, overall, I think it would be a decent runner. But you saw Wreckfest. Wreckfest is like pretty hard on the graphics, I would say. So something like that might be a little harder. I wouldn't run it personally, especially on even on low. It just didn't run very optimally. Call of Duty, Fallout, um, you know, some indie games, Total War. Those games might work. Conan Exiles. So the card had mentioned. I've read a little bit something about it supporting DirectX 12, but some things just don't work. I don't know exactly what the case is. I haven't really tested. But when I go to click on Conan Exiles, it'll say required DirectX 10. So that might just be my fault. Maybe I just have to download DirectX 10. I'm not sure, but it's probably just something that simple. But overall, I didn't think Conan was gonna play all that well, so I just didn't want to include it. Um, but it sounded like a fun game to play. So, but anyways, if you guys found this at all informational or entertaining, let me know. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out a ton of these videos, probably one, two a day. I got 20 cards. I'm quite a bit of a collector as far as these cards go. I collect the ones that I enjoy, the ones that I like to look at, I guess, the ones that are appealing, and I sell the ones that just, there's so many cards. Like this card is probably going to get sold. They all, no, not this card. This card I'm going to keep because I like the look of it. But a lot of these PNY cards, they look a lot alike. So, I don't see much of a reason to collect them other than just having that number. But yeah, overall, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Catch me on the next video. If you guys have a specific card you guys want me to check out, even if you guys want me to look at like a more expensive card, let me know. I'll definitely keep it in mind. Try to get the my subscribers a little bit more involved in my projects, because I do a lot of this for myself, but it's also nice to have others um, possibly getting a little information out of these videos. But yeah, thanks again. I will be leaving my first trade and my Robinhood at the bottom, down the links. If you guys sign up, they'll give you a free stock. I'll get a free stock. We all kind of benefit from it. Um, Thanks again. Hopefully everyone has a good week.